Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Intuitive Investor. So I got a tip this morning that Citron once again decided to go ahead and bash Namaste with a report. Look, let me make this clear and brief. This guy has a pattern of releasing reports during the quiet period, and guess who's in a quiet period? Namaste. And so the reports that Sean withheld information and the reports that Sean made empty promises to investors about uplisting to the Namaste are things that Sean or no one from Namaste Technologies are going to respond to anyways because they're in a quiet period. So what's known is that Citron has a pattern and a history of making bad calls. If you look at 2017, he was wrong. He was right only 17% of the times. I mean, it's ridiculous. Case in point, about a year ago, he had done the same thing during the quiet period for Shopify. At the time, Shopify was trading around $90, $99, and he said that it was a multi-level marketing scheme. He went on and on, said that he had submitted a formal complaint, and he even tried to make it look suspenseful by saying that he made it suspenseful in saying that there was a part 2 coming up, almost like a movie trailer. That part 2 never actually got released, and the SEC never did anything about it because there was nothing there to investigate. So did Citron do the right thing and say, hey, I was wrong? No. He just buried it and continued to short other additional companies. So yes, in 2017, he was only right about 17% of the time. I went ahead and did a half of the year of 2018 calls, and guess what? He was 1 for 5. This guy's just, I mean, the numbers don't lie. But as you can see, the numbers haven't been good for him in 2017, and thus far have not been good for him for 2018. So, all in all, the SEC doesn't give a shit, even though this is stock bashing, even though this is manipulation. The SEC does not give a damn that he continues to do this. So he's going to continue doing what he's doing, even though he was banned for this in Shanghai. He was banned for doing this. Doesn't matter here in the States. You know, they're going to look the other way. The SEC has continued to look the other way. So all I can say is, if you want to beat this guy, this is what you do. You wait for him to make a short call, and you wait for the stock to drop, because it will. And it'll drop not because what he's saying is correct, but because he has enough minions and enough banana head followers that will just short the stock and give you the impression that he's right, when in fact there's no substance to his arguments. So you wait a few days. Once the stock kind of levels itself out, and you buy there, and you just watch it glide back up. That's the way you beat this guy. So, I don't know, man. All I know is that his numbers are ultra low. Do I trust Namaste Technologies, or do I trust Citron, who's an opportunist and conveniently makes these crazy accusations during a quiet period when this company cannot technically defend itself? And we also have to assume that Namaste Technologies outsmarted the Canadian government and somehow made it through the 7 phases of their license. It's a pretty tedious process, but somehow was able to bamboozle the Canadian government, has been able to bamboozle the affiliates that are working with them and the suppliers for cannabis. And we have to assume that they also bamboozled their old auditors and are going to be able to bamboozle PricewaterhouseCoopers, who are going to be the new auditors. So we're to assume that Namaste Technology will be somehow able to outmaneuver, out-trick all these people who probably had access to very intimate details and financial statements about the company, and somehow they outsmarted them. All of those people that I just mentioned, and the only ones who didn't get outsmarted and probably had the least access to information was Citron Research. That's the logic that I'm supposed to follow. Yeah. All right. I gotta run. I've got an appointment out here waiting for me. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say. Apparently, Wall Street believes that this is the messiah of short sellers. I don't see it that way. Time will tell. A clock is always right twice. A broken clock is always right twice. And let's see what happens. So, again, it's the Intuitive Investor from StockTwits. If you haven't already subscribed, you got to do so. I doubt that you'll get any other information about Namaste Technologies released today, but it's definitely not going to come for the company because they're going to honor the quiet period that they're in. And to finish it, quiet periods are reserved for companies that are about to release their quarterly statements, or they're going to be IPOing. They're going to be uplisting to the Nasdaq. I think those are the two conditions. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Namaste will find a way to get uplisted finally. I know we're trying to reach that price threshold. Maybe they'll bamboozle Nasdaq too, because it appears that the only one who can see through Namaste of all the people that are involved and affiliated with them have been Citron. So, alright guys, take care. I will see you soon.